Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the channel. It's Tuesday, December 5th, 2023, and the IRS has made a change to how anybody that gets a 1099 is a sole prop, LLC, partnership, anyone filing business income or business taxes has to file and pay their taxes for this coming year. And it's a pretty big change. Some of you are going to be shocked by this and some of you are not. This has nothing to do with the actual 1099s and getting them in the threshold. This has to do with the actual filing and paying of your taxes. So in this country, if you run a business, something other than a W-2 income, and you get a 1099 or business income, Schedule C, all that sort of stuff, you are actually required in the United States to file quarterly taxes and make what is called an estimated quarterly federal tax payment based on what you expect to earn and what you expect to owe. If you expect to owe more than $1,000 for that tax year. So let me give you an example. Let's say that your business does $50,000 in sales this year, and you estimate that your profit's going to be right around 50%. You're going to make 25 grand. And let's say that you fall into the 20% tax bracket. I'm making these numbers up completely. That would mean you owe the IRS $5,000 in taxes over the course of the year. Well, that's more than $1,000. So what they want you to do is actually pay them $1,250 a quarter so that when tax time comes, you've paid them the $5,000, you don't owe anything. If you overestimate and you actually only owed them $4 grand, they would send you a refund for $1,000. If you underestimate it and you owed them $6 grand, you would owe them, they would send you a bill for $1,000. And so that's how quarterly taxes actually work. Okay, so with that said, I know there's a lot of people who don't file their taxes federally quarterly, and you're supposed to. And if you grossly underestimate what you're gonna owe, like if you know you're gonna do something like 100 grand or somewhere around there, and you tell them you're gonna do $1,000, that's a gross underestimate. They know that you're lying about it or trying to fudge it or whatever. You will get a big tax bill. But there's also a penalty if you don't pay them quarterly and keep up with it. They will penalize you what used to be 3% of the total amount that you owe. So if you owed them, a $10,000 tax payment, well, they could hit you for $300. And if you owed them, $1,000, they could hit you for $30. Well, they're going to increase that to 8% penalty. So the penalty is if you owe federal quarterly estimated taxes and you don't keep up on it, or you don't file them at all, and you wait to the end of the year to file it all at one time, you're going to get an 8% penalty. If you don't understand what I'm saying and you don't understand anything about the quarterly federal taxes, please get a CPA. Please talk to a CPA. I will link Mark II, Not Your Dad's CPA, down below. You can check out his website and check out everything that he puts together to help you with that. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a financial advisor or a licensed CPA, legal, financial lawyer, whatever, of course, obviously. But a lot of you don't do enough sales with enough profit to actually owe money on it. So this won't apply to a lot of you. But again, get a CPA's help. If you're only doing, say, like $1,000 a month in sales and you did 12 grand over the year and your profit, let's say you made a little less than 50%. Let's say you made $5,000 in a 20% tax bracket and you owe them $1,000, but you had a bunch of expenses and it actually ends up where you owe them, $400, or maybe even they owe you money. You wouldn't be required to file your taxes quarterly. You wouldn't be required to pay them quarterly payments because you're not going to owe more than $1,000 or more. And it's pretty quick to come up with that kind of estimate. There's no set percentage, 20, 30, 40%, but you can just say, like, what do I think my profit's going to be? How much, am I going to make? Am I going to make $10,000 in profit this year? And I'm in a 20% tax bracket, which you can look up the federal tax brackets online. You could just Google 2023, 2024 federal tax brackets. It will show you the brackets and where you'll fall. So, that might be the 20% bracket. I don't know what it is. I'm not looking at it right now. But so I'm going to owe $2,000 in taxes, but I got a bunch of expenses from mileage and car and home office and all this stuff, and it's going to cut it down by lots. And so my $2,000 might end up being $800. So I don't need to really worry about the quarterly taxes. And they're not going to really mess with you too much if you end up thinking you're not going to pay $1,000 and then you end up owing, $1,100 and you don't pay quarterly. So then you go to them and go, hey, I owe you $1,100. They may not even fine you. And even if they do, even with the new 8%, you owed $1,100, so you're going to owe them like $80 extra, which sucks, but it's a learning lesson and you'll figure it out, right? Or they may not hit you at all for it. But again, talk to a CPA because I cannot give you legal advice. But that's the change for the year. I just wanted to let everyone know, if you expect to owe the IRS $1,000 or more in taxes as a business, you file anything other than a W-2, you are supposed to pay quarterly federal estimated taxes, send them a payment, total it up at the end of the year, see what you owe them, deduct what you've paid, and then either you're going to owe them a little more or you're going to get a refund because you overpaid. And that's how easy it is. You can file those taxes right on irs.gov. It's super easy. You just search for federal estimated quarterly taxes. You click there, you create an account, you give them your bank account information. It's the IRS website. It's irs.gov. It's completely safe. You make your payments, and then at the end of the year, they'll take care of the rest when you file it. So that's it. That's the update today, guys. It's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing to worry about, especially if you don't make a lot of money. But just for my business owners out there who do pretty well, fairly well, you should be filing quarterly taxes, getting those quarterly payments in, or you're going to get a penalty of, instead of 3%, now 8%. As always, I appreciate you guys watching the channel. I appreciate you checking in, commenting, liking, subscribing, being a part of this community. And as always, have a wonderful rest of your day. Please don't forget my listing service, ProEcommercelister, is down below. Let us make your listings for you. You make the photos, you send them to us, and we'll do all the rest of the work. Sit back, let us take care of the hard part, and we will do it all for you. Thank you as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.